Good morning. My name is Richard Hopkins. I'm the chair of the Physician Assistant Department and PA Program Director, and it is my honor to be able to welcome all of you to this year's commencement ceremony, white coat ceremony for our 2022 cohort of students, as well as welcoming all, not just the students, but family, friends, and our faculty who've been able to come. I would like to start out by thanking and introducing some people who are with us today. I have some thank yous to Ryan Neal, the Director of Liturgy and Music at St. Michael the Archangel Parish. He's who is playing the piano this morning as you were all coming in and sitting. Jason Geiser, he's the UFTV manager. He's arranging the videography this morning, as well as his assistants, Sharmina and Eshwar. So this is being live streamed and will be available to be watched on YouTube in the future. I sent the links to the graduates so you can get them from them. You can also just Google UFTV and it will take you, you'll be able to find the YouTube page that way. Thank you to Amy Depew and Angie Higgins. They are, Amy's the Director of Marketing and Communication. She's going to be taking pictures and they'll be arranging stuff for social media for University of Findlay. Ronaldo Ramos is the Events Technology and Support Specialist down here up front, making sure that all of this works because the students will testify, me in a classroom. Usually, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen when I'm there with something not working. Natalie Wong is our physician assistant student who put together the PowerPoint that was showing with all of the pictures with PASS. I want to also welcome Dr. Richard States. He's the Dean of the College of Health Professions and supporter of our program, sitting over here. Dr. Hiro Kawamura, he's the Associate Professor of Japanese, Director of Modern Language, and the University International Relations Representative and Liaison. Sitting down. Dr. Paul Davis, who is on stage, and his wife Jane Davis, who is sitting down front. Dr. Davis is the founding program director of the UFPA program and a very long time supporter of our program and students. There's a scholarship named in honor of his parents and his wife's family. The Murrays also helped establish the program with our skills lab. The Murray Award that you'll see in the program is named for the family. You'll hear a little bit more about that when Dr. Davis presents the award. He also has an endowed fund that's set up to help cover some of the costs of student fees when they travel to different conferences for the program. Some other introductions. Carol Luke, our administrative assistant, is back there, so the students know her very well. Donald Emmert, our experiential education specialist. Nancy Moody Russo, our clinical coordinator. Dr. Brian Cole, our medical director. He also teaches in the program and precepts students during the clinical year. Dr. Sarah Denning, she's academic coordinator and faculty. Dr. Jill Brown, she is faculty, also alumni of the program, I think the second cohort. Dr. Abigail Allen, she will be delivering the keynote address. Dr. Amy Phillips, she is alumni. She likes to say she was in the premier cohort of the program since she was in the first graduating cohort. She was also the very first recipient of the Murray Award that you'll see in the program. So some things that you may have noticed about this cohort from the PowerPoint presentation, they like to have a lot of fun. And that is very characteristic, I would say, with this program. It's not, everybody gets along well, they work well together, but you also know they like to sleep a lot. A lot of pictures of sleeping. PA school can be very exhausting, and if there aren't times where you feel like falling asleep on a table in a lab or a row of chairs in an airport or something going on, you're probably not doing PA school correctly. So I would say this group of individuals did PA school very, very well. These graduates were very strong performers clinically. Just a few of the comments from preceptors include interaction and knowledge is shown with terrific verbal communication among peers. Excellent skill when documenting and presenting cases. He gives the best of himself to keep learning and to become a great physician associate. Very professional demeanor, far beyond her years. Tremendous energy and inquisitive attitude, behaves professionally and keeps patient care as the heart of her day. Amiable, team-focused, and approachable, patients have enjoyed her being a part of the treatment team. Their diagnostic skills continue to impress us all. These are just a few of the comments, really just from one rotation. I went through a handful of evaluations. You could have hundreds of comments over the course of the clinical year about these people sitting in front of you. They did an excellent job. As we progress, something I like to share every year, a favorite Old Testament passage of mine, and I use it every year. It's very well known. A lot of people like this, this verse for what it says. But Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I look at these graduates and I see 19 people that are living this out. They went through a lot of hurdles to get here. Sometimes when you complete that first round of exams, because exams in PA school, they tend to come in batches. You teach some material and you give an exam, so exams all tend to start happening at the same time. And when you have that first week of exams, the light at the end of the tunnel seems very, very, very tiny, like you're looking through a pinhole. And they've come a long way. They've met that light and are graduating today. So don't lose hope in the future. Keep that hope, because you never know what's going to happen. We've went through things with COVID, which is still going on. You never know what else is going to happen in the future. Reflecting on this, I would like to continue with a prayer for our graduates. Some of the thoughts are my own. Some of them are from writer Debbie McDaniel. I modify it a little bit each year to fit the cohort. Please bow your heads. For those of you who are not Christian, feel free to pray or meditate in a way that is comfortable for you. Dear God, we pray for our graduates today and lift them up before you. We thank you so much for these whom we love and for the work you are continuing to do in their lives. They are a gift to us and to many others. And during this time of change and new beginnings, we ask that you would make their way clear. We ask that you would keep their footsteps firm and remind them that you are with them always. May they sense the freshness of your Spirit over their lives in amazing ways. May they be strengthened and instilled with hope for the new roads you have in store. Be a lamp for their feet and a light to their path. Shine over them, fill them with your Spirit, and bless them with your favor and peace. In Jesus' name, amen. It is my privilege to be able to announce our keynote speaker, Dr. Abigail Allen. She is an assistant professor of teaching and physician assistant. She's one of our principal faculty members for the program. It should be noted that we ask the students to submit names to pick the speaker each year. So this was someone selected by the students to deliver the keynote address for on behalf of the faculty. She is an alumna of the Kettering College of Medical Arts PA program and obtained her Doctor of Medical Science from Lynchburg University just this year in 2022. She finalized. She has a significant experience as a practicing PA and has contributed greatly to our success with producing competent, ethical, and compassionate PAs, as well as maintaining our high program standards. So please join me in welcoming Abby Allen to the podium.
I guess I kind of like you guys too. Hello, thank you all for coming today. As Dr. Hopkins said, my name is Abigail Allen, and I've been an assistant professor in the PA program since January of 2020. I'd like to start by saying thank you to all of the family and friends who joined us today, and most importantly, thank you to all of you for sharing these incredible individuals with us for the last 27 months. I'm not going to cry. Many of you may or may not know this group of students holds a very special place in my heart because they are the official cohort that I have been with from start to finish. They've been patient with me through a lot of trials and tribulations as I found my way in the world of higher education, and always quick to give me feedback when I asked. I want to thank each of you for that. I am definitely a better instructor because of you. I always try to start my lectures with something I wish somebody told me, where I give the students words of wisdom I have learned in my career, not only the good, but also the bad, and to be completely honest, often totally embarrassing. My hope is that my students will always learn from my mistakes and will be better providers than I am. So today, I would like to share my most important, something I wish someone told me as you go forward with your careers. And yes, I did consult the PA moms for this. Number 1, know what you know and know what you don't know. Being overconfident can get you in trouble sometimes. Patients will respect you so much more if you find the answer rather than making something up. Never be ashamed to admit that you aren't sure and you're going to find out. Don't just guess. And for the record, Mary, I still have no idea how long a patient has to hold in stool for a fecal microbiota transplant. I'll let you know, though. Number 2, treat the patient, not the test results. Always look at the patient as a whole. Listen to them. They will tell you the answers. Number 3, find the most experienced PA, the most seasoned nurse, the most skilled tech, the hardest working housekeeper. Let them teach you. There's something to be said about years of experience. You can't learn that in PA school. And on that note, don't forget, always be nice to the nurses and the techs. They can make or break you. You are never above them. Number 4, be unoffendable. I know I've told you this one before. You are often seeing your patients on the worst day of their lives. Remember that their bad behavior often is because they're scared or they don't know what's going on. Always treat them with empathy and kindness. Be kind to everyone. You never know who knows who. Number 5, PA stands for patient advocate. Never be afraid to stand up for your patient and always go with your gut instinct. You will find your voice when your patient's care is at stake. I've never regretted making a phone call on a patient's behalf, even if I got screamed at. Also, don't forget to advocate for yourselves when necessary. It's your license you have to protect. Don't feel pressured to do something that you are not comfortable with. Number 6, there is crap everywhere you go. Find the place with the least amount or the one that you can tolerate the most. No job is perfect. Pick your battles. And always remember, you're never stuck at one place. That's the beauty of being a PA. Number 7, do what you have to do to sleep at night. Order those repeat labs. Go check on that patient one more time before you leave for the day. You won't regret that. Treat your patients how you would want someone to treat your family members. If you're on call and you get that phone call in the middle of the night and you don't want to get out of bed, how would you like that if another provider did that to your family member? Get out of bed. Number 8, just take it one patient and one day at a time. When you're overwhelmed and you're in that ED locker room crying mid-shift, hear my voice telling you, you can do this. Put your big kid pants on and get back out there. Number 9, there will come a day when you will make a mistake. Don't dwell on it. Fix it, learn from it, and move on. We all make mistakes. That's part of being human. Admit when you're wrong and own it. Number 10, a patient doesn't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. It's okay to care about your patients. If you ever find yourself not caring, that's when it's time to take a step back and remember why you became a PA in the first place. As we conclude today, I'd like to leave you with 2 final pieces of advice. Once you're established in your career, don't forget to give back to the profession. Remember that we all have to start somewhere, and the best way to give back is to take students and help teach them. Someday you will be a huge role model for a student just like yourselves. Lastly, Don't lose sight of where you came from and who you are. The medical field has a way of burning us all out at some point in time. Make sure you always take time to step back and let loose. Sing, dance, enjoy life. It goes way too fast, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. Congratulations. I'm very proud to call all of you my colleagues.
I now have the privilege of welcoming Mary Wright to the podium. We have 2 speakers every year that are nominated by the physician assistant class that's graduated. One comes typically from faculty. The other one is someone that they nominate out of their cohort of students. Mary graduated from Mount St. Joseph University with a major in biology and a minor in chemistry. After graduating from PA school, she plans to move back home to Cincinnati to be close to her loving family, who have been her strongest support system throughout her PA school journey. Mary has a strong interest in the field of dermatology and plastic surgery, but is open to explore other opportunities as well. Please welcome Mary Wright to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Hopkins. Well, happy graduation day, guys, and thank you everybody for coming today. It means a lot to have your support and have you here with us. So some of you guys were here on the first arch ceremony that we had way back when, but if you weren't, I'm going to take you on a journey. On Monday, August 3rd of 2020, we experienced what felt like the longest week of our lives for PA school orientation. Little did we know how many more long weeks lie ahead of us. That week, we made our start official by walking through the arch. One of the biggest lessons we learned from that memorable week was don't walk through the arch again until graduation day or else something bad's going to happen, such as not graduating. And it was more of a Finley superstition, but one that stuck with us. 854 days later, we're back where it started to graduate and finish the journey by walking through the arch. So we must be all pretty superstitious, or maybe just a little stitious. I asked everyone to reflect back and find what their favorite thing was about this 854-day PA school journey. This is what they said. Learning something new every day. Asking the professors if we can take group quizzes and exams. You can guess the answer to that one. The people that we met along the way and the friends that were made along the way. Seeing my classmates and I grow up so much as individuals since starting school. Finally applying what we learned to real patients and getting the chance to work hands-on in different specialties. Going from knowing nothing to being a medical provider in only 28 months, and that it's finally over. Over the years, we've all gotten close, and we've all gotten the pleasure of knowing each other. We've grown as individuals and have had the pleasure, and have been here for each other through it all. Not only long nights of studying, but through important life moments. Through loss of family members, engagements, marriages, buying a house, having children, both two-legged and four-legged, birthday celebrations, holiday gatherings, educational trips to faraway countries, and even visits to the emergency room after golf course injuries. We've watched each other nervously learn how to get blood pressure and fumble with simple vitals. We learned from our first patients in the cadaver lab, and we even became each other's patients when we practiced drawing blood on each other. And now look at us. This past year on clinical rotations, we got to birth babies, assist in the OR, observe a trauma involving a gunshot wound to the chest, resuscitate sick NICU babies, assist with suturing a deep neck laceration, placing a chest tube, watching open heart surgery, assessing someone for monkeypox, and those are just to name a few. And while we are on the forefront receiving words of affirmation and congratulations and for everything that we've accomplished, we truly wouldn't be here today without the driving force behind our success, the professors. You were all some of the best role models that we could have asked for, and you never stopped encouraging us and believing in us. You have literally seen us at our best days and worst days. You've seen us laughing, crying, in desperate need of caffeine, and it was probably hard to tell which of those were which. You were admittedly the cause of many bad days, but you helped us through them. You did. And you made us stronger by giving us the power to believe in ourselves and our abilities with confidence. You taught us everything we know about how to be a PA. You taught us important life lessons along the way as well. You were our biggest cheerleader and taught us how to stay positive, recognize what we accomplished, and keep moving forward. You taught us to not always take life too seriously and to find the humor in every situation. You shared your personal experience and gave us advice through something I wish someone would have told us stories. And you ingrained in us the wise advice, if you don't want it, don't touch it. You taught us that when you hear hoofbeats, think horses, not zebras. And you taught us that stopping into your office for a quick hello and a piece of candy can make the bad days good and the good days better. These are just a few examples that don't even scratch the surface of how much you've taught us over the years, and we'll look back on those lessons fondly when we walk away from here today. Thank you to all the friends, family members, and significant others. Whether you knew it or not, your never-ending support has been a driving factor in our success, and a much-needed source of happiness through these stressful years. From the moment we decided to pursue this career path and every step along the way, we wouldn't have made it this far without your help. I think I speak for all of us here today when I say that we're looking forward to finally spending more than a weekend or a holiday with you guys again. And finally, to my fellow classmates, we owe ourselves a big thank you for choosing to take this journey. We knew it wouldn't be easy, but we knew it would be worth it. As a class, we have a wide variety of interests that we want to pursue, such as emergency medicine, general surgery, dermatology, NICU, orthopedics, OBGYN, and plastic surgery, and those are just to name a few. Life offers us many directions that we can choose to go in, and I have no doubt that we'll each be successful no matter what path that we choose to follow and what specialty we go into. Today is the bittersweet end of an important and memory-filled chapter and the exciting start to a new one. Let's continue to make the University of Findlay, the PA program, our beloved professors and PA faculty, our friends and family members, and ourselves proud. So now let's enjoy this 854th day and go walk through the arch again. Thank you.
I now invite Dr. Paul Davis to the podium to let you know what the Murray Award is and who this year's recipient for the award is.
I can do this without falling. Grandchildren are such wonderful things. They give you colds, and I'm done, but I still cough every once in a while, so I don't want to spread my germs to the world. Hi, I'm Dr. Paul Davis, and it's my privilege to make this award today. When we founded the program years ago in '97, I think it was a group effort, and we should all those people who were involved should be honored. I think I did at least two things right. Number one, that we established this award, and number two, I made sure I didn't have to pick it. Because I can think of no harder task than to figure out, well, which of our students deserves to be singled out, because over the years, there have always been excellent students throughout, and to pick one and say, well, this is, so I'm glad it was never my call. I think they've done a very good job of picking, but for those of you who are not getting the award, even though I don't know you because I haven't worked with you, I suspect if you live up to the caliber of those who've come before you, that each of you deserves recognition and credit for the hard work that you've done. There's, a PA education, like they say, is trying to take a sip through a fire hose. So, and you've made it to this point. The award is named after my in-laws, John and Barbara Murray, who, when we were starting the program, made a generous donation to help set up the lab downstairs and gave me the emotional and just sort of fatherly advice and motherly advice that I needed to keep going through those difficult times. So we wanted to do something to honor them, and so we named this after them. It is for outstanding academic and leadership performance during the entire program. It's right that the faculty votes on this because they see each of you in different aspects. When I was teaching, I would see you in my classroom, and I would be the man at the podium talking, and I did get interactions outside class, but it was really good to see see you in different aspects. The award today is being given to Victoria Wallace. I will. Terrible mascot. Hello. I will share her bio they've given to me. Previously accepted to the PA program, Victoria received her undergraduate degree in nuclear medicine technology from the University of Findlay. Her passions include learning and helping others. She is from Willoughby, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, and plans to move back there after she graduates. I'm assuming that's still true? Yeah. Okay. I don't know how old this is. Her goal is to one day work in emergency medicine or trauma surgery, and enjoys acute care and fast-paced environments, and hopes she can continue to build her skills while helping others in a practicing PA. She was chosen by faculty and staff to be this year's recipient, not only because of her academic and professional excellence, but also due to her being the clinical PA student who overall exemplifies the spirit of the PA profession. And so the award consists of a plaque, which I believe you get to keep, all right, and we'll go ahead. And there's also a monetary award, and apparently the rules have changed this year, and every year that I've been involved in this in the past, I could hand you a plaque and a check. And apparently now you have to have we have to have DNA proof that you've touched the plaque before they'll write the check. You know, bureaucracy being what it is, we all got to deal with it. The award is $1,000, and so that will help. It won't necessarily pay off your student loans, but it certainly will, buy a couple of pizzas here and there. And I'm so glad to be able to do this for you. So best of luck in your career, and I think we'll hand bump or something, or fist bump. That's probably more. COVID's wonderful, isn't it? So, thank you very much.
Tori, Carol literally has the form that you have to complete today so we can give it to the business office and get your check. So we just can't do it ahead of time because you have to sign for it. And we don't want you to know who's getting it before the award's actually given. Now I would like to invite Dr. Sarah Denning to the stage for the induction of those being admitted to the Pi Alpha National Honor Society. She can give a brief statement regarding what that is, and we'll get those awarded and start the white coating.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so Pi Alpha, what is this? Pi Alpha is the National Physician Assistant Honor Society, organized for the promotion and recognition of both PA students and graduates. Membership signifies the inductees' significant academic achievement through honors for their leadership, their research, community, and professional service, as well as other related activities. The society also encourages a high standard of character and conduct among students and graduates. The top 15% of each cohort are eligible to become members of the Pi Alpha Society. Recipients will receive a certificate of membership, a Pi Alpha pen, and an honor cord, which is what these are. The class of 2022's inductees are Janine Epstein, Savannah Taylor and Victoria Wallace. If you can come on up. The little thing, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Should be Savannah first. Yeah. Thank you.
So I got a little out of order going by two things. So I would like to be able to show a video that is a presentation of an experience that 6 of our students had that you can see in the program. Benjamin Hahn, Kennedy Kern, Callie Simett, Savannah Taylor, Victoria Wallace, Mary Wright. We went with Dr. Hiro, who obtained a grant and organized a trip for us to go to Japan. The faculty were me and Dr. Brown, and we were able to spend a few days in Japan. It seemed sometimes long and very, very short at the same time. And the students, we put together a video to share that experience with you. I'll let that do the talking.
Culturally sensitive medical professional. And what I mean by that is that I want students to have empathy.
With immersing yourself in that culture, you become more comfortable understanding how somebody from a different culture, from a different area, may feel when they're seeking healthcare in the United States.
By investing in some type of intercultural experience, you're put in a situation where you feel uncomfortable. And then when you're seeing a patient, perhaps in a clinic, in an emergency department, they can't speak your language, you might have a little more compassion, empathy, and understanding for what that individual is going through.
I want students to have their own experiences so that they can always go back to their own experiences and say, yeah, I was like that when I was in Japan. That is what I want students to do.
Something that's really big in Japanese culture is gift giving, which isn't something that I realized until I was actually in Japan. Whenever you meet someone, you exchange gifts with them. And actually, after I treated this patient here in Finley, she gave me a gift of a pin that she had made. So just understanding that that's part of her culture was a really cool experience to come back in to have that opportunity.
We learned that it is very normal to see your primary healthcare provider as often as you want, and for any type of need, even if you have a runny nose for one day, they'll go see their provider just to kind of get reassurance. Because Japan tends to focus on preventative care as opposed to the U.S. We tend to treat things as a problem arises. So I think that's a big difference. And Japan, they put a high importance on staying healthy, remaining healthy, and working towards a healthy end goal for life in general. Overall, very good. I know next year they have the opportunity to go, and I really encourage everyone to at least think about it. How often are we going to get to travel to Japan and do the things that we're doing, especially in a sense of like a healthcare point of view and not just a tourist, I'm going to go see Tokyo kind of thing.
When we were in Japan for 2 weeks, I think it was easy to see just how small our experiences were in America and just how different everything can be. Like how much of our lives that we thought was basically universal can just be changed.
I think the biggest thing I
I took away from it was becoming just more culturally sensitive to the Japanese culture. I feel like anywhere you travel, you just learn more about different cultures and different sets of people, and it makes you a better all-around person and better caregiver in my future, just because I can understand and respect people even more.
As a physician assistant, you're going to see patients of all genders, all cultures, all ethnicities, and actually having the experience of being the minority and seeing what it's like and what you want to be treated like. It can allow us to treat our minority patients differently and better and give them just exactly what they deserve and need.
I would say go out and find yourself in a different culture. And you want to find yourself who is sensitive and who is kind, or who could make an effort to understand people who have a different cultural background, and we want to work together to solve your problem.
You can read all about cultures, but it's not really palpable until you can really experience the amazing differences in cultures. And experiences like this make PAs a much more culturally informed healthcare provider.
If something comes up where there's a chance to experience something different to get you out of your own comfort zone, I advise you to do it in the hope that it will make you a better healthcare provider for your community. Although that experience took place in Japan, a big takeaway that we hoped our students, and as more do it in the future, is that they apply it not just to the Japanese culture. You experience that culture, but then apply it to other cultures, other races, ethnicities that you may be treating, realizing there are some differences. I would now like to invite Savannah Taylor, Victoria Wallace, and Madison Williams forward. They will talk about their experience with the Dominican Republic. We send students that would like to attend a clinical rotation in the DR there. They have that opportunity each year.
Hi everyone, my name is Savannah Taylor. This is Madison Williams and Tori Wallace. I would first like to thank you all for being here to support us today. For those of you who follow the UFPA program or any of us on social media, then you're aware that the three of us have had the opportunity to travel abroad to the Dominican Republic about 2 months ago. For Tori and I, our trip began about a week after returning from Japan, so I don't think we had fully recovered from our jet lag before beginning our next adventure. We were given the opportunity through Students International to spend 2 weeks working alongside Dr. Fernando Gonzalez, Katie Wolf, and Sarah Bellevue to provide medical care to Dominican and Haitian patients throughout Jarabacoa. We visited patients in their homes, went to local churches, orphanages, and hospitals to meet with patients and provide medical care. Students International operates through donations to provide medication and other medical supplies to patients, and while we were there, we were able to raise nearly $1,000 by selling t-shirts, which is thanks to many of you. We raised enough money to provide a month's worth of medication for 100 patients, so thank you. We were so graciously welcomed by the Dominican community. Every home we entered, we were greeted with coffee, pop, or food, as we spent several of the nights of our trip being cooked homemade meals prepared by different family members in the community. Although Tori and Madison are nearly fluent in Spanish, I am not, but that hardly mattered because we became a part of their families. We'd hear stories and receive life advice. We sang, we danced, we prayed, and we enjoyed each other's company. Practicing medicine in the DR is unlike anything I've ever experienced. In the US, people prioritize their health care, or at least most people do. But for many of our patients, their concerns were much greater than managing their blood pressure. Many of our patients, especially Haitian patients, were facing the fear of deportation back into Haiti, which is incredibly unsafe right now. So it's understandable that their health care took a back seat. However, the faith of our patients never wavered. At every clinic, Fernando would bring his guitar and would sing a prayer before we began seeing patients. It was a beautiful way to bring unity into the community. In addition to the clinics, our trip was filled with many adventures. We went hiking to a waterfall, we spent a day lounging by the pool, we learned to dance merengue, and we even went paragliding. Our paragliding instructors did not speak English though, so I'm sure you can imagine how that went when we were trying to land. I was yelling probably the only 3 words in Spanish that I know. Tori was screaming tequila the entire time, and I'm sure Madison knew how to properly land. I think I can speak for the 3 of us when I say this trip entirely changed our perspective on life. We went to help other people we perceived as less fortunate with limited access to health care and resources, but we left with an entirely new perspective. Understanding someone's religion, culture, or set of beliefs is not something that can be taught, it needs to be experienced. The 3 of us are well-traveled, and we have learned so much on how to be culturally sensitive practitioners, but we still have so much to learn, and I can promise you that we will. We want to thank the University of Findlay PA program, especially Dr. Jill Brown, for giving us this opportunity and helping us to organize this trip. Dr. Brown basically adopted us as her children. She drove us to and from the airport, made sure we packed everything we needed, had enough money for our trip, and would text us to check in and of course see all the pictures we were taking. We have become better practitioners because of this experience, and for that we cannot thank you enough. Thank you.
We will now be beginning the white coat ceremony portion of the program. What is going to happen is each graduate will be called up by name in alphabetical order. I'm just letting you know for those of you that are trying to take pictures, and then you'll understand the flow a little bit better. They'll come up on this side of the stage. They will be coded. They'll turn around and face the university photographer to get their picture taken and proceed down. They'll receive a UFPA program alumni pin, a book of quotes from Dr. Eugene Stead, who is one of the individuals credited with founding the PA profession, with proposing and starting the profession. And they will also receive a gift. These are gifts from the students below them. So the way we structure the program, the older students are an assigned mentor for the students coming into the program. They may never ask their mentor a question. They may nag them every day to see what types of test questions Professor X, Y, or Z asks. But it was a tradition that was started several years ago with that cohort giving a gift to the graduating seniors. Once they have their gift, they'll kind of group over here, and then after everybody has been through, they'll gather at the front, in front of the podium. I will stand back here and they'll recite the PA oath, which you can follow along with on the back of your programs. Graduates, you don't have to bring your programs up here. We have a copy for you. And then following the oath, you're free to take group pictures. After a minute or 2 of taking some pictures, then we will proceed with the arch ceremony. I'll give you some instructions regarding that. So to start off with, we'll begin the white coat ceremony. If faculty want to... I'll have everybody, the graduates, if you remain seated just to not be in the way of the pictures other than when I call your name. We'll start Janine Abdeen. Jessica Clark. Jonathan Coote.
Smallest person that didn't take the
Aaron Krebs. Mary Eilert. Benjamin Hahn. Taylor Hill. Kennedy Kern. Hunter Marsh. Anna Mazer. Dominic Polifrone. It was hard not to bring a unicycle for him to come across stage. Allie Simett. Dylan Solanke. Jacob Stewart. Savannah Taylor. Victoria Wallace. Carol. Hold up your book, Mr. Carol. Madison Williams. Natalie Wong. Mary Wright. Congratulations to the class of 2022. you guys want to go to front. We're facing that way, everyone up front. They practiced their group picture pose before this. So what we are going to do is we are going to recite the oath, the PA oath. Anna Mazer wanted me to make an announcement that regarding the favorite status of the cohort. Yes, out of all of the PA cohorts for the University of Findlay that are graduating today, this one is my absolute favorite. Try to squeeze in. And you should have your tan cards with you, and we'll start the oath. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor. I'll have the graduates remain in this position for a minute or two if you would like to get some pictures, and then I will explain the arch ceremony. We'll now begin the arch ceremony portion of the program. I want to thank you again for coming today. And as we begin this ceremony, with proceeding to the arch, some of the faculty and staff will help guide you down to where you're going to be going so you can get into position before the actual graduates get there. The Griffith Memorial Arch, basically that's our gateway to campus. It's facing North Main Street. It's named in honor of Miss Caddy Griffith. She was the class of 1909. She died at a young age, and her parents commissioned the building of the arch. If you look at the arch, you'll notice the back side of the arch facing Old Main, this building, says Findlay College because when the college was established, it was Findlay College, and then when it became Findlay University, they engraved the other side of the arch and just flipped it, so the University of Findlay faces out. Upon entering the university, as Mary shared during her speech, students walk under the arch. They come into the university, and we always tell them, just as I did as an incoming freshman in the 90s, once you come in the arch, just stay away from the arch. Don't walk under it again. Don't test fate, I guess you'd say. There are actually sidewalks that divert the path around the arch so you don't ever have to walk under it until graduation. Today, what the students will be doing is they will be walking out under the arch. We do this at all of our commencements to symbolize they're going out in the world to basically share their experiences. Once we complete the arch ceremony, they will gather in a group like they've practiced at the front of the arch so you can take more pictures in that setting. And then you're welcome to come back here following the arch ceremony for graduation cake, cupcakes, the appetizers, and leave at your will after that. You're free to use the space for additional pictures, single pictures, group pictures, whatever you would like. So we will start with proceeding to the arch. I'll have faculty and staff, some of them will help you get to where you're going. If you do not want to go down the steps to the arch ceremony, the classrooms on the other side of the hall have windows that face the arch, so you'll be able to see directly through those windows if you would like to see what's going on.